Hey guys, my name is Neil and welcome to Neil Workshop Zone. So in this episode we will be learning more about JavaScript. So in our previous practical video I basically showed you a small demo on how a simple JavaScript program works. And in this episode we're going to be talking or we're going to be learning about what else JavaScript can do and what type of programs you can create using JavaScript. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So first of all, let me open my notepad, or let me just open this folder which I created in the previous video. So as you can see, this is the file, and let me just open it. It will take a little time to open, but let's just make a new one. How about that? So let me just go to notepad and let me just open this. Now let me type a simple JavaScript program. So let's type exclamatory. This is not an exclamatory. Yes. Doc type. Let me take off this HTML and let me close the brackets. Now let me just write HTML, and after that we need to write the body. And HTML needs to be in small letters, which is always something we need to remember. Now let's write the body part of it. So let me just write it in the next line. Yes. Now let's write a header. So basically a text one. So let me just close this and let me write. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah. What else can JavaScript do? And let me close the header by using a slash. So now let's write a small ID. So let me write p id. This is supposed to be an ID. Let me write in brackets demo to define it, and let's write JavaScript can change HTML content, and let me just close this paragraph. So now let's click button type. So let me just create a button, and let that button type be equals yes. So let that button type be in such a way that it changes the HTML, so the actual text of the HTML, to something else, so like an inner HTML. So let me write button type is equals to button, and let me just write on click. And now let's add the document get element by ID. So on click, it's the equals to so now let's write document dot get element by ID. Element by ID. Let me just start in this element by ID. So now that we've written that, now let's write a demo for the inner HTML. So let me just write in brackets by calling the original outer HTML. So let me write in demo, and let me close the brackets. Now dot inner HTML. So the inner HTML is what we need to change the outer HTML or the outer paragraph to the secret message, by which we can unlock by clicking the button. So we can write inner HTML. Backspace just real quick. Yes. HTML is equals to, let me write a simple message. So let me just write something like, hello JavaScript. So after writing that, we'll just close it now, and we'll make that button appear as click me. So now let's write a simple caps lock, click me, and we'll close this off. So the button will appear as a click me button. and close that out. Now let's close it out with body. Now since this is a small program, I'm actually writing the body in HTML at last, but when you're working on a bigger program, first you need to write down the HTML and body before you write the body part of it. So you just need to end the /HTML and /body, and then after that you need to fill in the remaining details in the middle body part of it. So that is something really important to remember. Now let me close this out. So let me type body and let me end this off with HTML. Now let's see. So now that we're done, let me just save this real quick. Click save, and let us save this on the desktop in the Nil Workshop Zone folder, in which I did my previous episode's code for JavaScript. Let me open this and let me save this as let's see, JavaScript 2.html. UTF-8 and save. So after clicking save, let me minimize this and let us open the folder to see. And now if we open this, it must open a web page. Takes a little bit of while to open the web page, but it will open. So after the web page opens, it must appear something similar to what JavaScript can do, and it needs to show a button which by clicking we can change the actual text that is already on the code. So yeah, it takes a little while for the website to open, but until then we'll just wait. So finally the JavaScript has opened, JavaScript HTML. So by clicking this, you can change the text to something else. Now obviously it won't work again because this is an older version of computer, but by clicking the button it usually changes this. JavaScript can change HTML content to hello JavaScript. So yeah, that is basically how JavaScript can work. Let me just write another code to showcase how JavaScript can also work. So let's say we'll take the same code and let me write PID demo. Let's see, JavaScript can change the content of HTML. Let's write, can change the style of an HTML element. Now let's go to next line, and /button type equals a button on click is equals to get document by ID. We will keep that the same. Now the place where it changes is over here. So let me just put this in single ones, and let's see. Now that we've done that, let us just change the style font size. So dot, let us write style font size. We will change the font size, or we could change other styles, but for example let us take a font size. So style dot font size is equals to 35 pixels. I guess we can change it 35 pixels, and let's see, 35 pixels, and click me exclamatory mark. We'll add an exclamatory mark and /button. So let us save this again. Save as. Let's go to the desktop, new workshop zone, all files, So let us save it as this. Yes, let us replace that. Now let us minimize this, close this tab, and now that we have again changed this, let us open it again. So let us go open with Google Chrome. So now it must have probably changed that again. So it's taking a while to load. It can change the style of an HTML content. So by clicking mini, it will change the style of a HTML content. So this is basically the code on how it works. I'm pretty sure this is the code. Now the reason why it doesn't work on this laptop is because this is an older version and JavaScript doesn't really work on this laptop. And yeah, in the future there will be much more practical demos where JavaScript code will work, and I'll show you how it works. But yeah, when you click the first program that I showed you, it usually changes the text that is written above it into something else. It changes it into the inner HTML code that we have written inside the brackets or the columns. But in the second code that I've just written, it usually changes the style. So since I've written on the font size, it usually changes the font size that we have written on the top of the JavaScript can change style of an HTML element to something much more bigger. So yeah, that is how JavaScript works. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any new videos. And that's all folks, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.